What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Grace Jones, and we're continuing with Inside Story 1986. Thank you again to Seb. And the next track is titled, intriguingly and quite narratively, Chan Hitchhikes to Shanghai. So, Shanghai, a major city in China. I do wonder whether we're talking literally hitchhiking, which I would expect that to be the case. It's not entirely clear to me what metaphorically or figuratively hitchhiking would be, but yes, the idea of finding your way across a large distance by vehicular means other than your own. So I do wonder the context of this. It seems like even if it is literally what it says in the title, there must be a reason Chan is trying to get to Shanghai, whether that is a pull factor or a push factor, and I do wonder whether this will be something with a narrative conclusion, a beginning, middle, and an end, or if it's just a snapshot along the way. Let's find out. This is Grace Jones. The tune is Chan Hitchhikes to Shanghai, and it's from her 1986 album Inside Story. I like that.
How he got over, he took pride in everything he did. Never had a harsh word of English. Chan goes to Shanghai. Chan hitchhikes to Shanghai. Chan goes to Shanghai. Chan hitchhikes to Shanghai. Words on the phone, words in the wind. How does he travel? Who's with him? I didn't think Chan had a family. We grew accustomed to his sympathy. Chan held on to his mystery. Chan, what you doing, man? Say, Chan, I wrote this song about you, man. Shanghai. Miss his cooking, his sense of humor, miss his timing, his discipline. Feel this trend that we can't avoid. Now there's an empty space, a void. He's forgot to give, he had to leave his job. He's the only man who wrote this song. Hey, Chan, oh, what you doing, man? Say, Chan, I wrote this song about you, man. Because Chan goes to Shanghai. Chan hitchhikes to Shanghai. Chan goes to Shanghai. Chan hitchhikes to Shanghai. Hitchhikes, to Shanghai. Hitchhikes, Shanghai. Chan. Chan goes to Shanghai. Chan hitchhikes to Shanghai. Chan goes to Shanghai. Chan hitchhikes to Shanghai. Chan goes to Shanghai.
Grace really does some interesting things there vocally. I mean, right to the end, she's sort of playing with the name and the name of Chan and Shanghai in a way that shows both her lower end and the higher end of her register. And of course, when she's saying Shanghai and she's sort of floating, I think there's a bit of, play on words there in terms of the height of her vocal delivery. And yeah, like the lyrics are intriguing. I mean, it's self-referential. Like whenever there's a line in a song, like I wrote this song about you, there's this kind of meta reality, and then it sounds like it's someone she knows very well, which makes me wonder if there's any autobiographical element here. I did wonder as it started, okay, like, is there any social or cultural or indeed political commentary coming here? Meaning, someone who studied 20th century Chinese history, obviously 1949 is a real before and after moment, and there has been, and rightly so, much scholarly analysis and historical ink spilled about what the PRC or People's Republic of China is relative to, say, Taiwan or to Hong Kong, at least prior to 1999, and of course prior to the Chinese Republic before that. So I wondered if there was going to be some commentary here. I don't think that's the case, though at first I was like, oh, maybe there is. Like, fundamentally, it sounds like it's a pull factor. He's going to Shanghai to visit his mother, his ailing mother who's ill, though I don't think she passes over the course of the song. Either way, it sounds like when he gets there, there was he doesn't say this, and like a bit of a before and after in terms of, what's going on with him, or, his disposition and how that relates to where he was before, and then being in Shanghai. And by the end, Grace is saying, come back, Chan. So there is still it's not entirely complete, this story, and maybe there's an idea that Chan might be in danger because he has this disposition to maybe speak about things and so on, but he's still in Shanghai. But I didn't read anything definitively in that regard, so maybe there's a line that I didn't catch clearly, maybe there is more than just his ailing mother, and maybe there is some aspect of the relationship with the narrator that I didn't pick up on. I will say the referencing of Chan, again, in this meta sort of way, I wrote this song about you, and what are you doing, man? Like, the rhyming was a bit funny, a bit play on words, and it's like, again, she's talking to the subject of the song in this meta way, which I found very amusing. But very energetic, very, like, driving synth pop, like, energetic synth pop in a very nostalgic 80s way. Also a moment where there was that little interlude which had a bit of an Eastern flavor, though sort of filtered through like a Western synth pop sound, and then a couple moments where there was, multi-layered, like a really high keyboard line, there were some low, like, pad synth chords, and there were, like a string synth, like tension chord or tension string. So, yeah, some different elements, but I think it all comes together really well, and as I said, I enjoy Grace's dynamic vocal performance. So, a top tune. I am curious what people have to say about this one. Let me know, and I will see you next time. Peace.